Hey guys, it's Miss Gadino here. I am here today to teach you today's lesson on visualizing in poetry. You guys should see two screens up right now, one with me in the corner and the other with our activity today. I'll kind of be teaching up here and showing you on the other screen how to do today's activity on how to visualize when we read poems that we like. So yesterday we read some poems that have sounds. You guys saw a really cool lesson with Miss Lasky about onomatopoeia, and that's something cool that poets include in their poems. Today we're going to learn how to visualize a poem while we read it. So when we read books or stories, we do the same thing. All that it means to visualize is to make a picture in our minds while we're reading. So we can do that with poetry too. So I'm going to show you how. So if you look here on our activity screen, what you'll notice is the poem Green Giant, and you're going to watch me. As I read this poem, I will think about what I visualize. So you'll notice the title here, and then you'll notice these rectangles to drag. I'm going to drag one over a little bit at a time, and then that way I can see and think about what I visualize as I'm reading. I'm kind of going to stop and think throughout the poem. So here we go. Let's look at our first couple of lines. All right. I think I'm supposed to see it. Yeah, perfect. There lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the color of strawberry jam. Okay, so I'm already picturing what Sam looks like in my mind. He is a green giant, so that means he is big. So I'm already picturing him. He's got green arms. Green body. I don't know. I don't know if he's wearing shoes. He might be barefoot. I might wait to read a little more of the poem. And his hair, it's not green. It's the color of strawberry jam. So here's Sam. And let me get out a color that reminds me of strawberry jam, which I'm thinking about red. And I don't know why, I'm just picturing his hair being kind of curly and crazy. I'm kind of thinking about the giants I know about. So let me reread that just to make sure I got the right picture that matches the poem. There lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the color of strawberry jam. Got it. All right, let's keep reading. I want to see what else he looks like. He had one brown eye and one blue eye, and a beard the color of pumpkin pie. Oh, goodness, he had different color eyes. That's pretty cool. Okay, one brown eye and one blue eye. Cool. And his beard was the color of pumpkin pie. When I think about pumpkin pie, I think about that nice orange pie. Sometimes I put some whipped cream on it. Let me go ahead and draw his little beard here. I'll kind of make it like a little triangle. Cool. All right. Let's see. He had one brown eye, and one blue eye, and a beard the color of pumpkin pie. Got it. All right. Let's look at the next couple lines. Sorry, y'all. It's being a little cuckoo here. Okay. His pants and coat, or his coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick, all red and white. Oh, wow. So his coat and his pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick. That makes me think about a candy cane or peppermint stick. So I know that looks red and white. And it's kind of like a pattern. That's a funny looking coat. Okay, so not only was his coat a peppermint stick, his pants also look like a peppermint stick. Oh my goodness, I might do it kind of opposite. And we just got a little pattern going. And they said his coat and pants were bright. I agree. I mean, if I wore this, that I would look pretty bright. Maybe I'll draw some little like bright things coming off. I'll draw some little shiny. That's what I think of when I think of bright, like a light bulb or the sun. Wow. Okay. All right, let's keep reading. His socks were as yellow as lemon pop. So that's kind of like another word for soda. His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. Okay, so he has some bright yellow socks. I know people that like to wear crazy socks. Okay, and his shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. Got a lot of candy going on here. So when I think about chocolate, I definitely think it's nice and dark brown. Okay, all right, so far so good. Let's look at our last couple of lines that we got. His hat was the color of gingerbread with a tall, tall feather of raspberry red. Okay, so he's got a hat the color of gingerbread, which is kind of like a light brown. So I'll probably still use my brown, but just shade it in pretty lightly. I don't know why I feel like he has kind of like a top hat on. That's just kind of what I'm picturing. And let me kind of just lightly color it in. I don't want to do too much because I don't really have a tan crayon or marker. So when I think of gingerbread, it's a little bit lighter than chocolate. With a tall, tall feather of raspberry red. Kind of have like raspberries a little pink and red mixed together. So I kind of have this marker. Make it kind of tall. Okay. Let me give him a mouth because I feel like he should have one underneath his beard. All right, so there's Sam. All right, so now that I've read the poem, I practiced visualizing what the poem was about, and I made a picture in my mind, and I got to draw it out on a piece of paper. So let's reread the poem and see if it matches what you visualized. Green Giant. There lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the color of strawberry jam. Okay. He had one brown eye and one blue eye, and a beard the color of pumpkin pie. His coat and his pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick, all red and white. His socks were as yellow as a lemon drop. His shoes are as a lemon pop. His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. His hat was the color of gingerbread with a tall, tall feather of raspberry red. I might even make that a little taller if I can. Because it says a tall, tall feather. I wish I could draw it all the way up to the top. Definitely make it a little bit bigger. So there we go. So that's how I visualize the poem, A Green Giant. So normally you do this in your mind, but we thought it'd be fun for you guys as secondary teachers. We all kind of get together and come up with some good ideas. And we thought it'd be kind of fun if you could draw what you visualize with your own poem. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and have a seat because I'm going to show you on the computer how to do this. And so you should still see me kind of little at the bottom, but really focus on what's going on with the other screen, with the activity, because I'm going to give you just a few directions so you guys can try. So what you do is there are two choices you might have depending on your teacher. So in my class, we do Google Classroom for some of this stuff, but in other classes, you might do something different. So I'm going to show you both ways of how you might do it today. So if your teacher tells you to go to Google Classroom to do the activity, you'll go back and click on your link. You'll see what Miss Godino did here. So you'll get to see this. You'll start with Wednesday, go down, see what we did today, and then you're going to try. So here are your directions. You're going to drag away each part one at a time. When you pull off the first piece, begin to draw what you visualize on a separate sheet of paper. So you will need, if you have coloring stuff like crayons or markers, you can get those. You can use a pencil, but you will need a sheet of paper. So I just keep a notebook. You could use regular computer paper. You can do whatever you want to, but you will need some materials to color, to draw, to do this. So what you'll do is you're going to read the poem, My Neighbor's Dog is Purple. Now what you'll do is every line you drag off, just like how I did, you're going to do a part of your drawing and practice your visualizing. So here's what you'll do. For the first line, you'll drag it over there, and you're going to read what it says in the poem, and you're going to draw what you think so far. So my neighbor's dog is purple. Its eyes are large and green. So you really have to think about those adjectives, the large eyes. That means they're not going to be like just little dots. They're going to be pretty big. So practice that. You'll drag off each one and add more to your drawing. So I'm not going to drag them all off because I want you guys to be surprised. Now, once you do that, what you're going to do, you'll have all your poem empty over to the side, all the rectangles, and you'll be able to have your drawing and see what it looks like at the end. Once you do that, you'll see my drawing and you'll see some more directions to go back to your eClass page. So let me show you how to do that. You'll go back to your eClass page and there's going to be a link for visualizing. You'll see the poem again and there's stop signs, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. But you'll see the poem and you're going to actually get to share your drawing. So here's what you do. You'll click on Start a New Thread. You can title however you want to title it. So you might call it Visualizing. You might call it the name of the poem. You might say Visualize. Now, if you want to show your friends in your class a picture of what you drew, you're going to press this picture icon. And that way you can choose a photograph. Okay, so if you want to take a picture, you can do it that way. If you want to do a video, like I know some of us have done before, and say, hey guys, here's my picture, kind of like just what I did back there. What you can do is you can hit this button called Insert Stuff, and you're going to insert Add a Video Note. Now you're going to see it all crazy. There's like 3 different videos going on, but you can actually record yourself here and hit Next, and you can put a recording of what you drew, kind of like what I did. Okay, so I'm going to go back because I don't need to do that. Now, that's what you're going to do to show everyone your drawing. If you're someone who doesn't have Google Classroom, your teacher's not doing that with you, what you're going to do is you aren't going to be able to drag the lines. What you are going to do is every time you see a stop sign, you're going to do your picture. So you'll read the first part, and when it says stop, you'll stop and draw. You'll do the next part, stop and draw. And then you can do the same thing, and you can show off your picture or your video. Okay, so I hope everyone understands the lesson. It was so cool to teach you guys today, and I am so excited to see what you visualize as you read the next poem, My Neighbor's Dog is Purple. I'll see you guys later. Bye.